Alright, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video than the usual ones, but in today's video, I'm going to be talking about two upcoming weapons, two locked, possibly I'd say to the next update, and those weapons being Hiori's weapon and Karasu's weapon. So if you aren't aware, Locked has dropped two sneak peeks that actually have a correlation to both of these weapons, and in today's video I'm just going to be going over them. If you guys do want to see more of this type of content on the channel, feel free to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. It really helps me out a lot and it supports the channel too. I'll also be leaving the Discord server link for Locked as well if you want to support the game too. So without further ado, let us get right to it. So as we enter into the Discord, as you can see, we have a message here saying, once again, thank you for all the continuous support on Locked. As a gift, click the image for a surprise, and this will actually be our first sneak peek. As you can see, there was also some codes here during when this message was dropped. However, if you look here, as you can see, you see a snowflake. Now if you don't know, Hiori actually has a snowflake appearing right by his side during the U20 match. If you do recall, when he actually goes up against Darai, the Buddhist defender from the U20, he actually does have this little moment in the anime where there's a glacier or a snowflake appearing below him. Now, as for what this weapon could do, honestly, a lot of people have brought up the idea that this could be another passing weapon, such as Riptide or maybe something like Planetary, which could also work. I personally think that this will kind of work like Riptide, however, maybe in a different way. Or whereas they could make it so instead of it being like Riptide, where you can also just use it really specifically for shots, this could be more of just a quick type of passing weapon where you can send a strong, straightforward pass that more or less works to cut through lines of enemies by their sides in their blind spots, rather than have it be some sort of flexible weapon like Riptide, which you can also use for passing and of course scoring. I feel like this should be kind of more, I feel like the weapon could be a little more passing reliant rather than being an all-around type of weapon where you can also shoot with it mostly. But that's just my take on that. And along with that, if we actually move on to the sneak peeks channel here, as you can see, we have another sneak peek that's actually pretty recent, where it says, find something that truly gets your blood pumping. And that is, of course, if you recall, Karasu's quote. And as you can see, if you look at the video, you have a crow traveling through the area. Now, one thing I will say is I really do like the idea that they're actually adding a physical crow model for this. I feel like that's a great addition for the Karasu weapon. Definitely am excited to see how they're going to handle him. And on another note though, since there is a physical crow showing up when Karasu does appear, or when his weapon does appear, I feel like what this is trying to reference is his little move against Kaiser in the PXG game. So I'm going to be putting an image on screen right now so you can just get the reference. Basically, Karasu comes in and he swipes through and steals the ball before Kaiser can actually get the receiving pass from Ness. So I feel like the weapon could actually work in a similar fashion to this, in a way that, let's say that if you actually jump and have a small type of dash that pushes you forward, kind of like the Godspeed dash. However, not as fast, of course, and it'll probably either cover less range or it'll just go on for longer to catch up to the distance. And if you do have a ball approaching someone in that direction, you can just go in there and steal the ball for yourself. So this could actually be really nice for aerial coverage and also just to disturb passes and of course attain loose balls. I feel like that's actually a great way to put in Karasu into the game, but of course that is just my speculation for how I believe his weapon could be handled. But without further ado, I believe this is a good place to leave the video off. So if you guys would like, feel free to tell me down below in the comments, what do you think will the Hiori and Karasu weapons be looking like, how will they function, and what's gonna be basic idea of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I wish you all to have an amazing and blessed day, and I'll see you guys, of course, on the next video. Take care, everyone.